Hello friends, welcome to Bola English. Today let us learn adverbs. See the following sentences. Sameer runs quickly. It was a very sweet mango. Sanika reads quite clearly. Take the first sentence. Sameer runs quickly. How does Sameer run? He runs quickly. The word quickly shows how or in what manner Sameer runs. That is, quickly modifies the verb runs. It gives us more information about the verb runs. See the second sentence. It was a very sweet mango. How sweet was the mango? It was very sweet. The word very shows how much or in what degree the mango was sweet. That is, the word very modifies the adjective sweet. It gives us more information about the adjective sweet. Consider the third sentence now. Sanika reads quite clearly. How clearly does Sanika read? She reads quite clearly. The word quite shows to what extent Sanika reads clearly. That is, the word quite modifies the adverb clearly. It gives us more information about the adverb clearly. The words quickly, very, and quite modify the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. That is, they give more information about the verb, adjective, or another adverb, and so they are called adverbs. Thus, an adverb is a word which modifies the meaning of a verb, an adjective, or another adverb. In other words, adverbs give more information about verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. Now let us see different kinds of adverbs. Adverbs are divided into 8 classes according to their meaning. Number 1. Adverbs of time. Adverbs of time show when an action takes place. For example, I have heard this before. When have I heard this? Before. I visit my mother daily. When do I visit my mother? Daily. The program will begin now. When will the program begin? Now. I have spoken to your teacher already. When have I spoken to your teacher? Already. So the words before, daily, now, and already tell us when the action has taken place. So they are known as adverbs of time. Number 2. Adverbs of frequency. They show how frequently an action takes place. For example, he often makes mistakes. How frequently does he make mistakes? Often. I have not met him once. How frequently have you met him? Not even once. I watched that movie twice. How many times did I watch the movie? Twice. So the words often, once, and twice show us how frequently an action takes place. So they are known as adverbs of frequency. Number 3. Adverbs of place. They show where an action takes place. For example, sit here. Where do I sit? Here. Don't go there. Where shouldn't I go? There. The child followed his mother everywhere. Where did the child follow his mother? Everywhere. The words here, there, and everywhere show us where the action takes place. So, they are called adverbs of place. Number 4. Adverbs of manner. Adverbs of manner show how or in what manner an action takes place. For example, he speaks fluently. How does he speak? Fluently. They fought bravely. How did they fight? Bravely. The story is well written. How is the story written? Well. The words fluently, bravely, and well show us how an action has taken place or in what manner the action has taken place. So they are known as adverbs of manner. Number 5. Adverbs of degree or quantity. These adverbs show how much or in what degree. For example, he is too careless. How careless is he? Too careless. The painting is almost ready. To what extent is the painting ready? It is almost ready. She was fully prepared. How was she prepared? She was fully prepared. So the words to, almost, and fully show us to what extent or in what degree or how much an action has been completed. So the words to, almost, and fully are known as adverbs of degree or quantity. Number 6. Adverbs of affirmation or negation. These adverbs either affirm or negate an action. For example, surely you are mistaken. The word surely tells us that you have committed a mistake. They will certainly help you. The word certainly affirms that they will help you. I do not want this book. The word not negates the action of wanting the book. So the words surely and certainly are called adverbs of affirmation, and the word not is called adverb of negation. Number 7. Adverbs of reason. As the name suggests, adverbs of reason show why an action takes place. For example, she therefore left the job. Why did she leave the job? Therefore. The word therefore means for that reason. We are hence unable to attend college. Why are you unable to attend college? Hence. The word hence again tells you for some reason. So the words therefore and hence are known as adverbs of reason. We have learnt about adverbs that add more information about time, frequency, place, manner, cause or degree to a verb, an adjective or another adverb. In the next lesson, we will learn prepositions. Stay tuned. Goodbye.